What's up, guys? You are on the air and off the books, and welcome to Beth Ann and Samantha B&S Off the Books with B&S Anniversary Special Episode. It's awesome. We're awesome. We actually started this. Let's see. We started this podcast on June 11th, so it is about a week over our actual 1-year anniversary, but we are recording today because we had to record a really awesome book for last week. So please don't hate us that we are a bunch of liars and we are saying that this is a year. Yes.
Oh man, calling us out straight up.
We've read so many books this year. I think we try to do at least 2 books per month, and I think we've kind of kept that goal, except for maybe like 1 or 2 months where we were just like, we have no time and craziness, and one of us were off.
Sometimes because we had, contrary to popular belief, people who work at the library don't just sit around and read all day.
Yeah.
Shocker! We are not allowed to do that. So we read all these books on our own time.
Yes.
So sometimes life really does get in the way, and we can't read 2 books every month, but we've not done too bad, especially me. I've kind of done bad because I can't keep up, but I've not done too bad.
I think we've done pretty good. I mean, we read They Wish They Were Us. They Wish They
Were Us, yeah.
Yeah, we just read that. We'll be talking about that. Well, technically, last week we talked about that, but we're recording this one first, so.
Yeah, which doesn't make much sense to you, but it makes sense to us.
It makes sense to us, but not to you.
Right.
But I think I started that Tuesday night and finished it.
You're a speed reader, though.
Tuesday night.
I had to start it. Oh gosh, when did I start it? Did I start it Monday night? No, I didn't. I can't remember now, but I did pretty good.
She did good.
My trick now is, which I picked it up from Melissa, our RA librarian. She listens to everything like 3 speed, which I can't do that. But I listen to everything at 2 speed, and it helps me get through the book a lot faster.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. At least I can understand what's happening. So that's my new little trick, because I am the slowest reader.
She is. After a year, she's still the slowest reader on the planet.
It's not gotten better. It probably maybe has gotten a little worse. I don't know.
It happens. So today we're just going to talk about what we've done throughout the year. Let's talk about our favorite episodes that we've recorded.
Okay, you go first.
Top 5. We'll talk about our top 5.
Okay.
I think my first one, honestly, it's not really like a podcast episode. It's more like a video podcast. I think one of my favorite ones was the chili cook-off. Mostly because we got to eat the entire time.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Yeah, that one was really fun. And we actually got to give away a really cool prize. If you guys remember, we gave away an iPad.
Oh yeah, that's right. To
our staff member.
To the staff member who won, which was Beth, actually.
Yes.
She did great. It was
Diane.
Oh yeah, that was right. It was
Beth.
Diane.
Sorry,
Beth was
you got second.
A runner-up. She made the.
It was the really complicated, pumpkin-ish chili.
Like the turkey, Thanksgiving dinner leftover chili. I'm sorry, it still resonates so much with me.
It was really good. I
liked it a lot. Yeah.
It was weird, but it was really good.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, you go next.
So I think one of my favorites was, even though I was terrified, the Frozen Charlotte book recommendation.
Oh yeah, that one was
That one was hilarious because of the experiences that you didn't get to experience before. Me texting her 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm laying on my couch trying to get through this and I can't even. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think that was the scariest book that we read for you.
It was definitely the scariest book. It literally made me cry in a couple places. It was so bad. It was so bad. But the book was it was actually pretty good. I was pretty impressed with the book.
It was good.
It was good. You weren't very scared, but I was terrified.
I wasn't super scared.
You're so hard to scare.
Yeah, I know. I think my second favorite episode Surprisingly, even though I don't like Dungeons and Dragons, I think my second favorite episode was the Dungeons and Dragons episode, just because we had all the guys here, and we made them talk with us, and they didn't dread it. They didn't.
No, they didn't. It was still. I feel like it was still a little awkward.
It was awkward because they're awkward. But we're not awkward, so
it was just such an odd setup, but it was very interesting.
I will say that it was interesting to hear about it, even though I really don't understand it. It was interesting to hear about it, and interesting to watch them fanboy over
a game. Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I think they're still playing actually too, which is pretty impressive. It's been a whole year since they've started it.
Yeah, and you are now
playing
with them.
Dungeons. I'm actually not playing with them. I'm playing with somebody else, with other group.
Half.
There's two people of their group that transferred over and are playing for my group, which is super fun. But
yeah.
I'm a nerd. It's fine. It's really great. Don't knock it until you try it. I like it. I'm not obsessed.
I think I would try it. I would just be so confused.
It's really confusing at first, and I'm still kind of confused, and I don't really like I'm not very good at the role play aspect of it, where you're have to conversate to keep the game moving.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to sit in silence. And my favorite part is the combat. I love the combat. That's the best.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not the greatest at it, but I do enjoy the strategy of the game. That's my favorite part, is the strategy.
Right.
Let me stop talking about D&D, or I'm going to talk to you for 100 years. Okay, let's see. What is another one that I really, really liked? I think our first Never Have I Ever was so great, because I don't know, it was just such a good dynamic, and Amy, we feed off of each other so well. So it was super loud, super fun, super talkative, and it was book related, so it was so good.
So good. Another one of my favorites, I think, was the slasher sessions, where we talked about all things horror and all of that, and slasher stuff is my favorite. So, and actually, I think in that episode we talked about a lot of the R.L. Stine Fear Street books, which are getting made into it's a 3-part. It's not really parts. It's 3 different movies, but they do all go together. So those are actually getting released on Netflix, and I think on July 2nd, the first one comes out.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then the next one comes out the week after, and then the week after, the third one comes out.
That's serious.
So I'm really excited about that. It's supposed to be actually rated R. It's supposed to be scary. I know it's going to be cheesy because, those Fear Street books were, I think, in the 70s and 80s, based in that time period. So,
I want to read them, but I can't find them for the life of me anywhere.
Yeah, so you can get them on eBay in lots. I wonder if we have them in our library loan.
Oh, we could look.
I have a feeling we don't, because I have a feeling most libraries have pulled those books and gotten rid of them.
They're stolen.
Yeah,
because they're so popular.
Yeah, but I did find that one. You remember the series I was talking about? It's the Fear Street series. It's called The Seniors, and each book was $200.
Oh yeah.
It's a 6 or 7 book series, and I found it. I found it on eBay for $55. I'm so tempted. So tempted to buy it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna keep it for nostalgia.
Yeah, I honestly.
I'm an enabler. Don't ask me.
I might have to purchase that.
Do it.
Or I should just purchase it and resell it for $1,000.
No, just keep it.
That's true. I'll keep it until it builds value,
Yes.
And then when I'm 82 and I need $10,000, I'll be here are my Fear Street books.
I need
please take them. I need my dentures.
That's hilarious. No, why would? Oh well, I guess when you're 80, your grandpa can't do.
Yeah.
Your dentures.
I'm hoping that he won't be alive that long. Not because I don't want him to be alive, because he would be very decrepit.
Yeah, he'd probably be how old? Almost 100 and something.
Yeah, he would be the oldest. The oldest human on this planet. He would literally be
He can come back as a ghost.
He would be 130.
I'm I don't even know why that came in my mind. Like,
I don't think anybody wants to live that long.
I don't think so either, unless you, like, fit.
I think my parents will be dead, too, by the time I'm 80.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
No, I hope I'm dead by the time I'm 80, honestly.
Why?
I don't want to live, like, to super, super old age. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, you know, when I've lived my life and it's time, I'm just like, take my body, and I will.
Where?
I don't know. I don't know. Just like dump it in a cave somewhere.
Just like throw it over there.
No, honestly, I want to haunt people so bad. So like, if you could just not get rid of my ashes, just leave them so I could like come back and haunt people.
You're gonna be cremated?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can haunt me.
Okay, I will haunt you, but like, I'll let you know that it's me, so you don't like perform like an exorcism or something like that.
That's Gucci.
So
cool.
Yeah.
I'll set you on my
Slasher
mantle.
session. See, this is what happens when we talk about slasher stuff.
That's right. We come back and haunt people.
Yes.
We talk about people living at 130. Okay. So, I think one of my next favorites, obviously, is when we got to interview Lisa Phipps
Oh yes.
for her book Starfish.
Yes.
That book was fantastic.
It
was such
fantastic.
a heartfelt conversation. It was so awesome that she came on. If you haven't seen that one, it's still up. You can still go listen to it. I thought it was a pretty great interview.
It was.
And it was quite the privilege to be able to interview her because she is so busy with all kinds of
It's
stuff.
crazy, all like the feedback and reviews she's getting from like around the world.
Isn't she a bestseller?
Yeah.
Yep. It's so cool. And like fangirling. Okay.
Yes.
How many more do we have?
2 more.
Okay.
3 more? 2 more?
I'm not keeping track.
Who knows? You know what?
We're just
talking about our favorite things. So obviously my next favorite one, these are in no specific order, but the Naturals series, book recommendation, the
OG
group,
that started it all.
Yes. The OG that started it all, and then the group chat. That was really fun to talk about. Obviously, we've been literally not shutting up about this book for a year. And I have to say, I was on Twitter the other day.
Oh,
and
that's so awesome.
Jennifer Lynn Barnes, author of the Natural series, she was talking about how her new series, The Inheritance Game, just became a bestseller, and she had sold so many copies, and I think she surpassed or it's second behind the Natural series. And I was like, I tweeted at her, you know, just not expecting anything. Like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Like, I love this series. Like, we talk about it literally every single day of our lives. It inspired our podcast. Homegirl tweeted back at me, and she was like, I love this. And I was like, I love you.
I'm gonna put you in my pocket. You're amazing.
So, of course, I had to, like, tell her, hey, if you ever want to check out our podcast, I copy and pasted the link to her. You know, who knows if she's going to watch it. I'm sure she's busy. But
that's awesome.
If you did watch it, and if you do ever hear this podcast, please be on our podcast sometime.
Oh my gosh,
we do Zoom calls.
We have so many questions.
Oh my gosh, I would be sobbing the entire time.
It would be so hard because I would be like, yeah.
Hello?
Hey.
You want to go hang out with us?
You want to go get pizza?
Yeah, we go to Oscars on Wednesday sometime.
Yes. So good.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
I was fangirling so hard. I had to send it to Doug and Beth Ann. If you don't know who Doug is, he's our assistant director.
Number 1 fan.
Yes, he's our number 1 podcast fan for sure. And I sent it to him because he knows how much we love the Natural series, and he also is a fan of the Natural series. And he told me, which totally agree with him, I should be corresponding with famous authors over social media on my evaluation next year for my accomplishments. So
yeah,
you know,
100 billion%.
It only happened
because I talked to Lisa.
Yeah, it only happened once, twice if you count Lisa.
Yeah.
Can we actually count her because she works with us? Yes, we can count her because she's famous
because she's
now.
famous.
So yes, we do know 2 famous people exclusively.
I love how she was just like, I love this. And you're like, we know. We know two famous people. Like, we know her.
We're besties with two famous people.
We're best friends with her now.
And
I wasn't even there.
Yeah. I was like screaming at the top of my lungs, like freaking out, like I almost peed my pants.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was, I'm so glad I was home because I almost peed my pants.
So fantastic. I love that. We should write to authors and see what they say. So if you don't know, this is how the podcast started. Let me lead you on this little journey here.
Yes.
So we started the podcast obviously in the throes of COVID-19 season.
Yay.
Yeah, 2020 was not great, but it wasn't, this was birthed of it. And we were coming to the library. We couldn't interact with the public, obviously, because we were shut down because of the safety issues and things like that. So we were coming in to pick up different hours and stuff. Yeah. We RFID tagged the entire library for the new system that we have for our new self-checkout stations, which you should come in and you should take a look at, ask somebody about.
And then we got shut down even longer because of the security issue. Oh,
yeah, that's right. So it was not the best year but this was birthed into existence. So Justin Kingery, our boss, it first started out with our boss's boss, Trisha. And she was like, hey, so let's do some programming, and you guys are going to get on camera, and you guys are going to think of something awesome, and you're going to give it to the public. And we're just like, oh, no.
And we're like, how much time do we have? And they were like, 15 minutes. And we're like,
She gave us the day before. Like, she was just like, think about it,
Yeah.
And I think she was going to give us a little bit of time because she was busy, like, doing boss things that I don't get paid for behind the scenes, like working really hard from home and like doing stuff that I don't know nothing about. And so the next day, living that boss life. Next day, Kingery, our other boss.
Yeah. Boss 2.
Boss number 2 was like, hey, Trisha talked to you guys about doing, something like that. Are you guys ready to record it? And we were like, wait, what? Like,
this is the thing.
Like, oh no. Like, this is unfortunately the way that I live my life most of the time. And in the moment, true. In the throes of falling off a cliff constantly. So we were just like, we really don't want to get on camera. And he was just like, well, I'll give you like 20 minutes and I'll come back.
Listen, we don't want to see our faces. The public doesn't want to see our faces.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Man.
It's just a thumbs down.
You don't want to see me.
No.
So.
It's a no bueno.
So Samantha was like, what if we talk about what? So what we did was we sat down and we were like, okay, what have we read together? Like, what if we do like this book review or whatever? And I can't remember. I think we collaborated. We were just like, what if we just record some audio and do like a podcast type situation?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, what books have we read together? And she was like, oh, let's do the Natural series because we've both definitely read. Because if you've learned anything over this whole year is that we don't read the same thing except for our crime, thriller, horror. Right. So I was like, yes, let's do it. And then thus, Off the Books with BNS was born.
Yes. And what was our original name?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, what was it?
We weren't allowed to use it because it was a little PG-13.
What was it?
BS Book Reviews.
Oh, yeah. We were going to call it BS Book Reviews. And
but,
what were we going to call our, like...
Fans?
Oh, the BSers. So that got shot down.
Yeah, which is completely understandable.
Don't know why.
Yeah, it was fine. But yeah, that was not... we were going to have our... like little email address be BS Answers.
Yes.
It was going to be so good. But obviously for professional purposes, it could not be that.
Because we're clearly professional.
Because we're clearly 5.
Yeah. Listen, it was good. It was a good... And
we tried to play it off like, what are you talking about? Beth Ann and Samantha.
Yeah, that's our names.
Duh.
Yeah.
No, it didn't fly. Which, this is why also we're not in charge.
We will say that Trisha was fully on board for this name. She was 100%.
She's a big supporter. Yeah, that's the origin story. We got to be reined in. She eventually was like, yeah, we should change it, which I totally agree. It's fine.
Yes.
We got to be professional. But that's how, the podcast started. And hopefully I was allowed to say all of that.
Yeah. If we weren't, it's fine, too.
I hope.
Yeah.
But yes, that is our comeuppance.
What's okay, let's talk about our least favorite book that we read for the podcast.
Do you know yours
I don't really
right off
have
the bat?
one. I don't really have one that I hated.
I really hated Lock Every Door.
Yeah.
What else was on here that it was just like, ugh, I don't think I would ever want to read something like that ever again. Actually, I don't know. We try not to pick things.
Mine was Gone Too Far.
Oh yeah, I really liked that one.
Yeah.
That was really shocking because you kind of liked Lock Every Door.
Mhm.
I really liked Gone Too Far, and vice versa. Like we opposite that, but I really liked that one. That was really shocking, and that's kind of what reminds me of the book we read last week too. Gone Too Far-esque to me.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another day, but yeah, I really hated Lock Every Door a lot, but we try not to review things that we absolutely hate.
Yeah.
But if it comes up, just know that when I hate it, it's because we can't just like invest time in this whole book and then not tell you about it. Like,
yes.
That's my thing, is like, I'm sorry if I don't like it. But
opposing viewpoints, they're important, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only if you know, you know. Okay.
So, okay, let's talk about what else we're going to be doing.
Like what's coming up?
In the later years. Not years, but later this year. Yeah.
I'm really excited about your sit-down with Amy Russell.
Yes.
And talking about your family history.
Yes, which I need to get that genealogy paper.
She's going to be like scrambling. Cause
I know.
Yours is the day before. Good luck. See ya, bye.
I'm the worst. I'm like the worst at like getting things in. Like,
early.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited for. We're going to be doing a murder mystery in the whole month of, the months of September and
October.
Well, we're recording in September, so it's going to be released in October.
Yes, you'll hear everything in October because it's going to be like our October spectacular kind of doodad. And I think you'll hear a couple episodes in the end of September.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be kind of interactive on Facebook.
Yep, you'll be able to vote for like who you think the killer is each week, and then at the end of the week we'll reveal. We wrote it together.
Yes.
So it's the OG B&S script.
We did not copy anything from anybody.
We didn't. We toiled.
It's from our own brains.
Yes, and we cast everyone from the library for all the parts. So it's going to be all scripted and played by all the people who work at the library. They volunteered themselves for the positions that they have, so
it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. I'm hoping that you like it enough that we can do it again next year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I think that's like the highlight of this year is the murder mystery.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited for, we're going to be featuring the Book Bandits probably. I think we're featuring them in a few weeks, and I'm sure we'll be doing other
more collaborations
collabs.
With them.
Yeah.
Because we were also featured on their, if you haven't seen the Book Bandits, go onto Facebook. I'm sure there are other links too on our webpage, but they do what we do, but they do them in 10-minute increments, like book reviews and stuff like that, which if you're not into sitting down and listening to a whole book review, if you just want like an accumulation of things that they recommend to you to read, they don't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Go in there. And they also make book boards on Facebook too, online, that you can click and find all the reviews, information, where to find all that. So check them out too. And we're gonna go back and forth with them too. That was really fun. I liked that a lot.
Yeah,
we're gonna have them on the podcast.
Yes, and hopefully we're gonna be doing something similar to that, where we have all of our book suggestions up online, and we're going to I think we're gonna be getting a link on the homepage.
We already did.
Oh, you did? We did.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yes.
Okay. So there is allegedly a link on the homepage.
So you can find us. That out. Yes. So if you don't want to scroll through Facebook to find us, we are on the khcpl.org website. Yeah, That's fun. And if you want to record your own podcast, the Digital Den information is on the website now, so you can find all the information there, because we also use the Den facilities to record. And then I was going to say something else we're doing this year. What was it? I can't remember.
I mean, we're doing our birthday extravaganzas.
Yes, we're doing those. What was that?
If you guys remember last year, when we did mine, Beth Ann, got me, I think, a couple books that she would think that I would like. And then we just talked about, like, my favorite things and all that. And we're going to be doing Beth Ann's in November.
Yes, I'm in November.
Excited.
And then I forgot that we've also started mini book reviews. So to review all the books that we've read that you don't know about. And Melissa's our Reader's Advisory Librarian, which I've said again, and she's the one who helps and heads up Book Bandits with. I'm playing with this on the table. I'm sorry. I'm being distracted. But anyway, so we're sending her many book reviews. They're like max 2 paragraphs about certain things that we've read I just got on there and reviewed Fountains of Silence, which you do know that I've read because I talk about it too much. But just as like a kickoff review, and she's going to be posting us on the blog on khcpl.org again. So if you want to know some other things, I'm going to review Sweet Tooth, which is coming out. Well, I think it already has come out as a Netflix series, original series or whatever. And it was originally...
is that a Marvel or DC?
Graphic novel. It's neither.
It's neither?
It's either... His name is either Jeff Lemire or Jeff Lemire. But I think it's Lemire. I'm not sure. But he illustrates it and he writes it. And it's about this little deer kid who lives in the apocalypse. Like the apocalypse happened. I don't know. I'm going to review that one. I just finished that series a couple weeks ago. It's a graphic novel series. That was really interesting. And I've got a whole list of other things, and so does Samantha, that she's going to write up, put on there. So if you're looking for other stuff, you don't necessarily want to hear us all the time. If you want to hear some of the other things we read in our personal time, because she reads a lot more romance than I do. I read a lot more like graphic novels, historical fiction and stuff. That's where you'll find those things.
Yeah.
And I really liked Swapsies too.
Yes, Swapsies.
That was interesting.
Fun.
We should do that again.
Yes, we have to do that next year. I think the book that I'm most excited to read in the next few months.
The Inheritance Games?
Yes, the Inheritance Games. Yes, that would probably be my number one, but it's also tied with The Ancient Magus Bride.
Yes, I really want to read that so bad.
I started watching it, and I have to watch it on Crunchyroll. If you don't know what Crunchyroll is, it's like a app where you can watch a bunch of anime that's not on Netflix or Hulu or whatever you use. But I started watching it on Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll is kind of wishy-washy whether it works or not. So it kept pausing. Not sure if it's my internet or like the actual app. So I'm gonna try to pull it up on my computer and watch it, or find somewhere else to watch it. But it was really good the first 5 minutes. So
yeah, I want to read that one with you. I'm also excited about the Nancy Drew one. I haven't read a Nancy Drew book in forever.
Oh yes, I'm so excited. Listen, if you know me, you know I love Nancy Drew, and I'm like an undercover sleuth.
She's actually Nancy Drew in real life?
I really am. I'm 3 episodes behind on the show. The season finale just happened a week ago, but they recreated Nancy Drew, and it's like doing phenomenally.
Yeah.
Phenomenally.
Right. Yeah.
It's doing a phenomenal job.
There you go.
Yeah. It's got great reviews. It's like, it's half horror, half sleuthy detective, so it's like paranormal. And I love that they actually like have paranormal like stuff in there. And it's not just like Scooby-Doo, like, oh, this obviously isn't a ghost.
Those meddling kids and
it's
dumb dog.
It's somebody on stilts. And no, but it's really, really good. I'm really excited to read a Nancy Drew book, because I think I read every single book when I was like 10 to 13. I played all the games. I'm a big nerd, big Nancy Drew nerd.
Yes, I like Nancy Drew. I've read the Bobbsey Twins, Hardy Boys, all that. I really liked them growing up. I think that's what fueled my thriller, psychological murder mystery. It just escalated from there, I think. I'm also really excited about reading Dark Waters by Katherine Arden. It's the third book in the series. And I'm also excited about reading The Chill because I love,
shark.
I love shark horror.
I do.
The Meg was amazing. I love
gosh.
anything scary underwater. I love it. And there's not enough books that are written towards that genre. So good. I'm hoping they're both really, really good.
There was literally this time period when I was 17 years old. I think I was a junior or senior in high school where the whole entire summer I found every shark, every megalodon, every
so good
crocodile movie, horror movie, and I binge watched
Sharknado.
all of them. Literally all of them. I've seen them all. If you know a shark movie, I've seen that movie.
I've never seen a lot of movies about it all, but I love the books about it because it's so terrifying because the deep is so unknown.
Yeah, the ocean is so terrifying.
It's
I can't.
Amazing. And I'm also really excited about us doing the 4th and 5th Josie Quinn mystery. You've already read the 4th?
Yes.
I have not. I've started it. I'm a third of the way through it.
Yes, I just started the first chapter of the 5th one. I'm gonna have to start it over because that was a couple months ago, and we've read 47 books since then.
Yes, but the Josie Quinn so far is probably my most favorite series that I've touched in a long while.
Yeah, it is really, really good. It's always what the heck just happened? Every book is what the heck?
Yeah, it's such a balance of everything that I want.
Yeah, and book 5 is, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be it's going to focus on her boyfriend. What's his name? Nick. Nick? Is it Nick?
I'm pretty sure it's Nick.
Sure, it's Nick. Yeah,
but we're going to go back. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so the first chapter was already crazy, so it's going to be good.
I hope he doesn't die.
Actually, a book that I really liked that we read and reviewed, surprisingly, even though it was not super crazy and eventful, but it was just so messed up, was The Butterfly Garden.
Yeah, that's one I recommended, I think, because of another book that we read. What was it?
I don't know. But it reminds me of this book called The Cellar by Natasha Preston. Pretty sure it's The Cellar that I read, where these kids get locked in the basement. These guys are treating him as his flowers. He calls them his flowers, and they're all named after a different flower.
Oh, so creepy.
Yeah, those were really, really
those
good.
up. Those are, but
yes.
Remember, those have lots of trigger warnings. Butterfly Garden and The Cellar. If you have any kind of sensitivity to any of that, be warned now before you go and pick them up. It probably has every single trigger warning you could possibly imagine in it.
Yes, true.
So, we just like to be a bit cautious about stuff like that. Because we like, I don't know how to explain that because I don't enjoy it, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it's messed up, but it's interesting to read about.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't sound like psychopaths.
Yes.
But yeah.
We're really excited about this year and going into next year, and it's going to be fun. And
we hope you come along for the ride. We hope you join us and continue to listen.
We're going to have a ton more books to read. 24 to be exact, because 2 per month, right? That'd be 24?
Yep.
Good
math.
Mathematician. You know what? I got an A in math, and I'm still going strong.
That's one of us.
Yes. So we hope you guys continue to join us and listen to us throughout the rest of this year and into the next 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 year. And
for eternity.
Yes, and we hope that you guys join into also listening to our Turn the Page recordings.
Yes. Oh, and before we forget, we're doing a giveaway for this episode.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about it.
We were just talking and talking. We didn't even tell you. So
yes.
The rules for the giveaway is going to be what did you call it?
It is the B&S Spectacular Book Box of all things B&S.
Write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
Get your pen and paper out. Back that up. Write it down.
So yeah, it's basically gonna be a box full of like not junk. It's gonna be just
We've
like
hand selected these
crazy items like that have to do with like our previous podcasts and possibly
Yes.
like podcasts that we have recently recorded.
It's gonna have the winning chili recipe in it.
Yes.
There's a cute little bowl you can eat your chili in with the library logo on it.
There are
We
books.
also have, yes, most importantly, there are books. And these are not like old books. They're books. Some of them haven't even come out yet. Like there are a couple arcs that haven't come out yet that we were able to snag from Brittany. She graciously donated them to us. We're going to also have a little dice set.
Yes, for you Dungeons and Dragons fans.
Yes, a full set of handmade dice and a little thing that you can carry them in, and you can roll. And then what else do we have?
BNS merch.
There's some BNS merch in there.
For all of our BSers.
Stuff. Oh, no. We're gonna get fired. So if you want to win this, what you need to do is listen to everything up until this point in this podcast. We need you to like the Facebook post.
Share it.
Share the Facebook post. And then we need you to comment down below with your favorite episode of this Facebook post. Okay?
Well, of our podcast.
Of our podcast, not Facebook. I keep saying Facebook. So listen to this. Obviously, you won't know that there's a giveaway until you listen to until the end.
Yeah, so if you don't listen to this whole podcast, you're going to miss the giveaway.
That's
and
right.
You could have had a lot of cool stuff.
So many cool, awesome things in there. So we'll post. There will be a picture of what's in the big, huge basket. There's tons. So, get to like and share it and comment down below with your favorite episode.
Yes, and we hope you guys have an awesome week, and we hope you guys continue to join us and have an awesome, awesome day. And
bye, guys.
peace out.
Peace out, Cub Scouts. Bye.
Bye.